Today we're going to talk about David Goggins. He's one of the person who is having a lot and lot of motivation when it comes to willpower and when it comes to something which is not carry forward by certain people. I read his book Can't Hurt Me. I haven't read fully, but from what I can see is how uh, he started it. Like he was born out of doom, and actually he raised from there. And in the many interviews that I've heard about David Goggins, he generally said that he trained his mind to be like a to be like the strong one. Like even if your body refused to do something, your mind shouldn't be. And if your mind is not refusing to do it, your mind will do it ultimately. It's the pain in the mind, not the pain in the body. We have to just think about the fact that we have to see ourselves as observer rather than being in our body. From his book I get this part that whatever you are going through, like the bad part or the worst part in your lives, you have to just make it through. And how strong willed and how to achieve that kind of focus is like when you don't want to do something but you should do, like it's like basically the productivity I'm talking about. If you don't want to wake up at 5 but still you just practice and work it out and make it, and awake at 5. You don't want to cook your food, you want to go order yourself something, but you should cook because you know that way you're refusing, you are actually taking the control of the mind basically. And this is what happened with the book that I'm reading right now. It's one of the finest books to increase the willpower. Like in one of the interviews I have heard about, like I heard from David, is that he says that I when my mind refused to learn something, and so what he did was he just took a pen and paper and used to write it. So, and he used to write repetitively because he had a very rough background till 8 and 7. His mother was living under the government, government shield, and having all the facilities for like the government give to the people who need them. So this is how he proceeded further. Like obviously at that point it was like 1980s when he faced everything, and he was a bit of a wreck at that point of time. But later in life, like if we see him today, he's one of the finest men when it comes to willpower and talking about something which most of the people doesn't possess these days, that is the strong willpower and the strong brain power, if you will say. So that kind of situation deals with a lot of, he overcome a lot of anxiety, he overcome a lot of whatever it is going on in his life. And he made things happen for himself. And this is how he's like making things. Like if you will read Can't Hurt Me, it is one of the best books that I've read, and literally I will suggest it to you guys to go forward and read it. And hopefully I will just end it and I will just give the whole review of the book, and plus what that book brings to the table. You can also see the interviews of the David Goggins. It's like one of the best interviews of all time. He says that even in the pain, he just trained his mind to be like a steel. It's like whatever he is saying, the brain is accepting that. So we have to make our minds like that. I hope you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel. And thanks for listening. And I hope you have a good night.